Hello. Today I'm going to tie for you a blood dot egg pattern made popular by guide and steelhead fisherman Jeff Blood. It can be tied in a variety of color combinations, sizes, different color beads, types of beads. And for today we're going to use the TMC 2457 in size 14. It's kind of a good all-round size and hook for this. Um, some glow bug yarn, and I split that in half and then split one of the halves again. So we're going to use about a quarter of a strand for the main color, and then we're going to use a micro yarn in salmon color. And we'll hold it all together with the 3/0 Superfly, a good strong thread. So let's get that started behind the bead. And put a couple extra wraps up there just behind the bead to hold it in place. And snip off the excess. So we'll wind our way back to just above the barb and park the thread. And we'll bring in that quarter strand of our main color of egg yarn, trim off the ends even. And now this is super critical. The stuff is supposed to look fuzzy and translucent, and a little movement here and there doesn't hurt. So we'll get that tied down with 4 or 5 wraps. And then this tool I'm showing you, it's just a crochet hook, small one. And I use the back end of that, which is probably a little bigger than an 1/8 inch diameter, when I'm tying egg patterns like this, to just help me to fold that yarn over and size those little tufts of yarn. So we're going to do a small tuft right here at the back end of the fly, and its purpose is to kind of prop up the main tuft of yarn. So the core of this fly has like 2 larger tufts with the dot in the middle. So you can see we went a little longer on this one, and we'll pinch it, and in between I'm giving my bobbin a spin to kind of help the thread cooperate and jump back against the new tuft. So we'll do some alternating wraps and get back here in the center, and then we're going to go add in our micro yarn, which will usually a different color, usually a darker color. This combination works pretty well for me. Pink is a dot, dark orange makes a good dot as well. So I've left those a little long just for demonstration purposes, but as you get rolling with these, you can keep those all shorter and waste less material. So we'll make the other fold of our main yarn, and get that kind of wrapped down. See, the yarn wanted to follow it around the hook there, but we got 3 wraps on that place, and basically that's the fly. So we'll trim things out of the way. I'm going to use some head cement here on the thread because I'm going behind a bead. And then I'm going to carefully reach around the camera and get the whip finisher in there and pinch the yarn, pull everything back, and a 5 or 6 turn whip finish. And snug it up. And that's it. Now the rest is all trimming. So we'll get the thread out of the way. Now that front chunk of yarn, that's going to act as a front tuft a little bit, kind of fill in that gap there. And so I trimmed that off about half the height of the main fold of yarn. And then these guys I'm trying to show, I cut this just a little shorter than those folds. And it kind of hovers inside there and ends up being the dot. So these fish well year-round, but especially well in the winter. Tie a bunch, fill your box, and thanks for hanging in there. If you want to learn more about me, look me up on Amazon. Until next time, be safe.